All right. All you have to do is look back and think about where he has brought you from. When I think because he brought me from a mighty long way. It's your main man. I'm going to call myself No Action Jackson today. You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. Of course, Tamara Fair is not on the air because she is on sabbatical this month. But filling in as my guest co-host today is the magnificent, the magnanimous, the amazing. Woo!
Good morning. Good morning,
How are
Brunch
you
Bunch.
feeling?
I'm wonderful, thanks to you. Amen.
You listen, a night of networking last
We
night.
had a great
We
networking
did
night.
have a great
Our
night.
black business
I
in that.
almost left you here by yourself.
I thought that for a
no,
second.
no, I wanted to make sure I was here with you because it's always a pleasure to co-host with you. But it's even better when I can know I can trust you to fill in when neither of us are here.
Absolutely.
So
And I'm grateful to be here.
we
Thank you.
got a great show today. It is Winning Wednesday, and of course, winning is a mindset. You believe that you are a winner, and you can definitely win. And when we get back, we're going to talk to a future winner, a judicial candidate for the first judicial subcircuit of Cook County, and that's none other than attorney Ashley Greer Shambly. So as Charmaine from Uncle Remus always says, call your friends and your frenemies and tell them to tune in to the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. Chicago. Everybody got some frenemies. Are you ready for
Yeah, hey, everybody can help.
Everybody, yeah, get these numbers up. Call everybody.
Right. Wake up.
So you got the script print down one.
And complete health with nutrition and renewed mind. Visit rnppowerinc.com or stop by 615 East 67th Street.
Turn it down just a little, Zoe.
East 67th Street in Chicago, Illinois. Renewed Power Inc. Be transformed by renewing your mind. Contact information is 872.
And you can do what's going on, drop.
872-731-2100. 872-731-2100. You no longer have to be powerless to your addiction.
Tuesdays at 12:30. Tune in right here on the Brunch Bunch for Community Chatter. Each week, Community Chatter shows.
All right, Ashley, we got to get you some commercials going.
I know. I hear it.
When is the election?
It is March 17, 2026.
Oh,
Okay.
wow, that's the first, Ashley first.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter.
Is she a
317 at 317. A Pisces.
Wow. Joey, did you make this commercial?
Yeah.
Can you change the music on the background?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you put the Classic Man beat under there?
I'm a classic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about my suits and where I get my clothes from, and it sounded a little dreary.
And they sound a little weary.
Yeah.
It sounded like they was out last night. Look.
Where were y'all last night?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, we sure did. A caravan.
Like, oh, okay, let's be tourists in our own city. We were at Two Fish.
Have you been?
Music there.
You got it? Oh,
Where is that?
in Bronzeville.
Yeah.
And they have Don and the owner, Yasmin, curate a really nice outdoor patio music scene on Tuesday.
Oh. 30 seconds.
No, they
No,
weren't.
that was a different. You on 53rd?
Yeah.
That was a different one.
So check it out. We'll be there next Tuesday. Who
We'll be
performed?
there.
We gotta announce that too.
Jason Grant,
Okay.
the Jay Grant experience.
We'll talk about that too today.
Order quiz today.
Go to bequeeze.com and
5
get
seconds
your
to what's
favorite
going on there, sir.
today. That's BEQUEESE.com. Bequeeze.com. Where's the action, Jackson?
I'll tell you what's going on.
So what's going on is this Friday. That's right. I'm like in church now. Turn to your neighbor and say, "This Friday."
This Friday.
This Friday, the Dad Squad is doing another dad venture, and we're having family night out. That's right. I've added family night out because I've seen what happens when just us daddies take the kids out. So mommies are allowed to come to Monster Jam. Is going down at the Allstate Arena Friday. It starts September the 12th. We have discount tickets available for all Dad Squad members where tickets are only $15. If you're interested in that coupon, you can call the Brunch Bunch hotline down. We got a new hotline. That's 773-345-7441. That's 773-345-7441. Or you can pick up physical coupons from the Dream Center at 5927 West Chicago Avenue. It's a great time. We have a good time. The dads come. We give out gifts, depending on if you sitting in our section, which we have. The section is written down somewhere. But we're going to have a good time. Make sure you are pulling up this Friday for the 7 p.m. show. Look for the Dad Squad. And we are in sections. I got them now. Sections 114 through 116 and 215 through 216. So, depending on where you sit, dads will be everywhere. But we're going to party. It's always a great time. Bring dads, bring your kids out. And if you can't handle them by yourself,
Wait. You got two moms over here. Now, when you guys are going to the football games, do you ask the same? Bring your okay. I yield my time.
Well, yes, please. Back to the floor. Well, you know what? Honestly, I have two little ones. So, and I take them by myself sometimes. But let me tell you something. A little help goes a long way.
Yes,
so I say, "Mommy, please, if you want to come, pull up." But sometimes she don't. But the funny thing is, we did the zoo, and we took over 200 fathers. We do it every year to Brookfield Zoo. And I'm going to tell you, everybody was late. I forgot to pass out lunches. There was no sign-in sheet. We forgot pictures. Nobody set up the picnic area with tablecloths. I'm like, you know what?
Shouts out
It's
to
a
all
woman's
the
world.
moms
Shout out to
in
the
the
mamas. We
world,
appreciated all the mamas a little bit more after that event.
Hey,
but
something else is happening this weekend.
What's that?
The Inglewood Festival.
Yes.
Is on Saturday.
And funny story about that. Last year I went and I took MJ alone, and everybody called Valencia and said I looked really stressed. I was in that park sweating, and it wasn't that hot. It was a little chilly last year.
It was chilly.
He was giving me a run for my money, but we had a good time. You know, so I'm looking forward to having a good time this Saturday because Leandria Johnson is performing.
Yes, Jeremiah
Frazier is hosting, and then who? Boosie.
Wipe It Down. Little Boosie?
Which somebody told me Boosie may not show up because they thought he was in jail. But
no,
I'm like,
Boosie's not in jail. I can confirm that.
Okay, so Boosie's not gone.
He had a court date, but he was absolutely good.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, speaking of jail and a court date, this is a great segue to our guest, none other than attorney Ashley Greer Shambly. Did I say that right?
You did.
Oh.
You did.
So joining us on the Brunch Bunch for the first time is attorney Ashley Greer Shambly, a public defender, community advocate, and judicial candidate for the first judicial subcircuit of Cook County. With years of experience standing beside people in court, not necessarily Boosie, but people in court, Ashley has seen firsthand the need for a justice system rooted in fairness, dignity, and understanding rather than punishment for punishment's sake. She's here to share her vision for a court system that truly reflects and serves the people while strengthening and restoring our communities. Let's give a warm Brunch Bunch welcome to attorney Ashley Greer Shambly.
Hi, hello, and thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me on. I am excited to be here.
No, we are excited to have you, and that was just a great segue. One of the things that I've learned as an entrepreneur, starting out young as well, was the two best friends you need to have in business is an attorney and a good
Absolutely.
CPA.
Absolutely.
And so, Ashley, welcome to the Brunch Bunch. Can you start by sharing what inspired you to run for judge in the first judicial subcircuit?
So, like you said, I am a Cook County public defender, and let me tell you, yes, we are real lawyers. We are not public pretenders, penitentiary deliverers, and all the things they say we are. I went to law school, DePaul University
Woo,
College
woo,
of
woo.
Law, graduated, passed the bar, have been an attorney for the past 15 years, and have to shout out Howard University because I am a graduate of there too, and Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority
Okay.
Incorporated. But I say all that to say I've been in the courtroom every single day for really 14 years because I used to work for Judge John Like, who had a
Oh, I
Woo, woo,
love
practice.
my
John.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who had a practice before he went to the bench for a year in private practice doing civil and criminal work. But as a Cook County public defender, one of our jobs is we take anybody. It does not
Mm-hmm.
matter what your case is, what you are charged with, what the allegations are. We do not get to choose our clients. You don't get to choose your attorney, but we have some of the best attorneys in the world in the Cook County Public Defender's
Mm.
Office.
Mm-hmm.
But we also get some clients who have some pretty bad facts because they may have made some pretty bad decisions leading up to that day in court. And I like to say that almost everybody hates us when we get to court. The judge, the state, the client sometimes, the victims in the case, the officers on the case, and we are the only ones that are there to protect that client's rights. So I've done hundreds of motions, I've done trials, at least 40 jury trials, hundreds of bench trials at this time, and I've been in court every day making sure that our constitutional rights are protected. And you see how important that
Mhm.
is right now,
Absolutely.
especially in the times that we're in.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it seems that the judges may have are not necessarily this is what I'm going to say. I'm running
Mhm.
because I want to be the type of judge that I want to see in that courtroom that comes from my community,
Mm-hmm.
that has similar lived experiences as I do, and that has an ear for both sides and is bringing my personal background or a background of understanding when they listen. I've had people of mental illness in my family, people with drug addiction. I'm a mom of a 2-year old. Very much in the community, first person in my family to go to college, let alone law school. So I would love to have someone with that mindset sitting before my client to listen
Mhm.
with a heart of healing when they're listening. And even on the victim side, because I understand that sometimes people have to go to jail, but I think that we have to give them the resources they need when they get out. Because most people don't go to prison for the rest of their life unless you've
Mm.
done something so heinous that you are going for the rest of your life. So that's why.
What about Ashley? First of all, that was. Can we tell the viewers and listeners what what area, geographic area that is? Because I think we get
Yep.
confused when we're voting for judges, um, because we don't know where that district is. What boundaries are those?
So that goes from 103rd all the way north to Randolph, and it goes from the lake to Halsted in some areas. The 80s has a bigger portion going to the west, but it cuts off on King Drive, so it's going to be like South Shore, Bronzeville, Roseland, Peel Hill, Washington Heights, North Kenwood, South Loop, Avalon Park, South Shore, those areas. So
That's a
east
big
side.
That
district.
is.
It is.
Yeah,
It's huge.
And for
covers a
most of
lot
the,
of our community.
yeah, I was gonna say for most of the listeners, I'm sure a lot of them live in that area. Now, one of the things that I've been focused on since I've been hosting the Brunch Bunch is making sure we create a platform for judicial candidates, because so many times we go into the election booth and we don't know nothing about
Yes.
none of the judicial candidates, and we just
Choose them
randomly
because
select.
Ashley is my kid's middle name.
Yep, yep,
That
you
is so
know.
true.
Oh, that sounds black. There we
Yeah.
go. But
Seriously.
but we need to know, because you'll see a judge before you see the president or the mayor
Absolutely.
or the governor, and so we have to pay attention to that. So,
Absolutely.
as a longtime public defender, what experiences have shaped your vision of a justice system that prioritizes fairness and dignity?
So, as a Cook County public defender, I have, like I said, I'm in the courtroom every single day. What a public defender does is, and especially before COVID, like there were no breaks. Like we were in there every single day from 8 a.m. sometimes, especially if you're on jury trial. I get to court at 6 a.m., be there till 1 a.m. sometimes. My husband
Whoa.
said, I haven't
Wow.
seen you in days. And I'm like, I am on trial. Like we do not play about our clients' rights. But though, because in those experiences and those times, and I've been doing this for 13 years, I've been in court every
I
single
was gonna
day.
ask that because you're only 25,
Yeah,
so how you?
yeah. I'm trying to figure out who authorized that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, actually, I became an attorney when I was 25, and I am 40. I'll be 41 next month. Oh,
Oh,
God,
happy
next
early
Well,
month.
but you know
birthday.
what they say.
Yes,
Black on Friday.
October 27th, Halloween, baby. So, with that being said, I've been in court, like I said, every single day because that's our experience, filing motions and appearing in front of a judge and having to explain sometimes to my client, like, you know what, even though you were supposed to go to college, you were going on this full ride, you got caught in a car with your friend who had the gun, like, it's not much I can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And I decided at that point, well, not even at that point, but way before then and during this process, that I want to be able to sit there and have the power to help more people. Right now, I
Hmm.
can only help so many people, but judges have the power to help way more people than I do as a public defender. Right now, I only have about 14 cases. When I was in the courtrooms, I had maybe 100 cases per year. Judges see upwards of 400 to 500 people per year. That means that I can see 3 times as many people and help them
Wow.
and provide solutions that really help our community. Because I live in Avalon Park and my son is growing up in that neighborhood. And I see what happens firsthand when you have clients, because a lot of my clients are 15, 16,
Yeah.
17 years old
Yeah.
who never had a chance. And sometimes they just need somebody to sit there and listen to them. They just want somebody to listen to them and show them dignity and respect. And I wholeheartedly believe in that. And the victims too, the victims of crimes, because I've been robbed before. Look, if you
Mm-hmm.
live on the south side, you have likely been robbed or somebody has attempted to carjack you at some point in time. And I understand what it feels like to want to be heard too by the judge.
Hmm.
So those experiences have made me understand how important it is that we have someone who has the experience of being in the courtroom, hearing these cases, trying these cases, who understands and wants to listen.
Mm.
Ashley, so that transition for you in this climate, Marcel mentioned the climate, as did you. Do you really feel like with our state of our states that you will have that voice, that you will continue, that judges will continue to have that voice, and if not, how will when you win you fight to keep those voices?
So, yes. And I always say, like, we have a 2 year old, and being a parent of a 2 year old is hard times these days. Like, there were times where I didn't
Try
sleep.
3 and 2 year old.
Man,
At
it's
the same
crazy
time.
work. I had to apologize to my friends who had kids because I didn't understand the level of like help they really needed. But saying that, being a Cook County public defender has helped me like do some of the hardest things in my life because like I said, I deal with hard things every single day. And
Mm-hmm.
I have a reputation of doing what's right no matter what. I don't care who's going to be upset at me. I do not care. Everybody's always upset at me, and that's been that way for 13 years. Every time I walk into the courtroom, I'm expecting somebody to be pissed off, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is my job. So, and I've always done what's right, and I believe that I am going to continue to do what's right. In fact, I know I have to do what's right because I have somebody sitting in the corner right now watching me, and I know what type of person I want him to be, and I want him to do what is right, even if it's hard. And if you ask any attorney I have worked with, any judge I have ever worked with, or anybody who knows me, I am going to do what's right, even though it's hard. And if it is not right, I'm not going to do it, even if it won't benefit me.
I love that, and we need more people like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Speaking, just I know you heard the story. I actually happened to drive by as it was happening, that the shooting on 22nd and State. When you see our young kids, well, not so young, right, who have children, arguing and believing that because you have a concealed and carry, it means that you can pull it out and use it. Does that scare you at all, or give you a pause for thought?
So, that case, and we're not allowed to give our opinion on certain cases because as judicial candidates it could
Oh,
come before me,
understood.
but this is what I will say. um, yes, I'm always scared. I am always scared. I have a 2 year old. I'm scared he's gonna have less rights than I grew up with
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
of what's going on. My grandmother raised me. She was 100 years old when she died last year.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
scared he's gonna have less rights than she had growing up, and she
Oh, wow.
barely had rights.
Wow.
Absolutely.
But being a public defender, like I said, I have seen things that would give you nightmares. My
Mm.
friends have asked me to stop talking about what I do at times because they don't
They're
want to.
afraid for you.
They are afraid. They don't want to hear it. They don't want that trauma when they go home.
Yeah.
Yet I continue to do it. So yes, I am. So when I heard it, the first thing I thought was, man, those po babies,
Yeah.
because their mom and their father, all well, both of their moms and their father are going to
Absolutely.
not be in their lives, at
Yeah.
least for a certain portion of time. I don't know what the facts are. I don't. We won't really know what the facts are until they play out in trial because everybody can say what happened
Yeah.
until the facts are actually presented in court.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so sad for those children. I was sad
Yeah.
for the parents too because it made me wonder, like, what type of upbringing did you have
Absolutely.
that you thought this was okay?
Okay.
And it
Yeah.
made me sad for the other people in their lives who are now going to have to go through this.
Absolutely.
And
And mostly for the little boy who's going to come out of school.
Yeah.
and the trauma, I heard,
Yeah.
you know, the trauma that he's going to have
Absolutely.
because he's siblings with
That
yeah.
other, yes.
Yeah.
So that I feel so bad for them.
Well, we got a lot. I saw the video, and our kids are kind of. I don't know what type of drugs they on these days. What's frying their brains, but they are going.
Social media.
It's crazy.
Is the drug.
And so I saw a video of a friend of ours whose restaurant was. Her employees were attacked and the teens jumped over the
Yes.
counter. We talked about it, and I saw the video
Yes.
this morning, and I felt sorry for her and her business. Then I felt sorry for these kids because all of them weren't a part of what was going on. Then some of them just getting involved because their friends doing it. And I'm like, and now they gonna go because they put one young lady's face on the
No,
screen.
all of them. If
All
you
of-
scroll, there's a screenshot of every last one of them.
And I'm like, so some of these kids are gonna go down or good, get a record because of some stupid, foolish behavior
Over some burgers.
over some burgers. So you spoke about wanting to move away from punishment for punishment's sake.
Yes.
What does restorative justice look like to you in practice?
To me in practice and being in court, one, there are a lot of judges who I've appeared in front of who have done it amazingly. Judge Sloan, Marcus Sloan, he's retired now, but he went on to be an appellate court justice. And Judge Tiana Blakely, she is amazing. Judge John Like, they pay attention specifically to what's going on with the youth because it's not just men, it's young women coming in court too.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, it's like nobody has like a monopoly on who goes to court. So what it looks like is taking into consideration the background of the person and looking at the case and how they got there. I think everybody should always have a mitigation person on their case at the beginning of the case. Like at the very beginning, you should have a mitigation person. It doesn't have to be an expert if you don't have the funds for it, but you should have someone working with your client, I'm going to say your client because I'm an attorney now, or working with the defendant at that time to provide a social workup so I can know, how did you get to this point? Or did you have everything in life and you just decided to skip it? This is just who I am. This is what I'm going to be. And your parents are standing right next to you like, we gave him the world. And he just said, he or she said, I don't care. And it does, because I've seen that happen. Like, oh my God, your parents are amazing. How did you end up here? And then I've seen it where they don't know their parents, or their parents set themselves on fire and jumped out a window in front of them, and they've experienced trauma their entire lives, or they were being raised by their grandmother, and their grandmother was raising 10 other kids with them, and they just didn't have the time to give them the love and attention that they needed, and they ended up being raised by the hood. So of course they were going to end up there with me. And I've seen victims of crimes who trusted people and trusted the wrong people, trusted their parents, or trusted this person who I might be representing at the time. And I think that we have to listen to both of their social histories.
Sure.
We have to look at what the possible sentence is and apply that to the people using our discretion, because you get do get judicial discretion. And I think that we have to provide the services. Like they should be in services going throughout court and providing them with job and reentry when they get out of court, talking to community figures and leaders who have these services set up, who want to help these people because they're going back to the community. And I always say, unless you have committed murder and are going down for the rest of your life, because you can do murder and still get out within 20, 40 years, depending on what you did, you going back to this community. You're going right back doing the exact same thing if you don't have the support that got you in that situation. As the people who live in those communities, it's important that we support the people coming back, because I want to be able to go to bed and walk down the street and sit in my car in front of my house if I want to, without worrying about if I'm going to get jacked or if I'm going to get robbed going into my house, or if a bullet is going to come through my front window and shoot my baby while he's sleeping in his room. Like those are the things that I think about all the time.
Yeah, support services, those ancillary services. You can't put a broken anything in a box, wait 10 years and open the box and think it's fixed.
That is so true, because hurt people hurt people.
Absolutely.
That is so true. Hurt people definitely hurt people.
Tell me, do we have time for another question?
Yep.
Okay. Tell me, when we look at how critical social media is to campaigning and sustaining once you are elected, is that something that, how do you feel about that? Not to judge or anybody, but how do you wrap yourself around how there's this need almost to be online and doing the reels and the clips and becoming somewhat of a figure while you're still maintaining your job?
Oh my God, I am so glad you asked that question, because anybody will tell you, before I used to like barely post. I never really posted unless it was pictures of my son. And now my nephew runs he went to Jackson State. Shout out to Jackson State. I love HBCU.
I see.
My nephew Brandon Bear runs our social media and our website. So whenever we're out, I just want to talk to people and be like, hey, let me introduce myself to you. Let me tell you why I'm doing this. And I'm like, wait a minute, let me stop, because I'm supposed to take a picture with you, or somebody needs to be taking video of this. And I'm really more of a just get into it and do it type of person. Never really was one to stop and be like, let me set up this tripod so I make sure that everybody get a picture. Let me do my makeup on camera so everybody understands. But that's the way you connect with people, especially like this younger generation. Like my nephew, he doesn't really like talking to people. He's like, I'd rather scroll and learn about you. Let me look you up online. I'm like, but I'm right here. You can talk to me and ask me the questions. They're like, I'm going to look you up online. Let me see what your Instagram is hitting for. And I'm like, okay.
It's so necessary.
It is so necessary.
It's so necessary.
Gotta reach them where they at.
Exactly. And I believe in that. And that's okay, because I'm willing to adapt, right? People say I'm so young, but I'm young enough to know that I have a lot to learn, and I'm young enough to know that I need to move with the times. I'm actually really good at computers. I went to school for computer graphics and animation.
Oh, wow.
But I switched in 2005 because I was at my cousin's house and CPD kicked in the door. It was New Year's Eve. I'll never forget, me and my two best friends were there. CPD kicked in the door. They were at the wrong house, called us NIGGERSs and animals, told us we were the reason they had jobs, beat one of my cousins really badly after he asked them to stop talking to us like that.
Wow.
Put guns to the back of our heads, and that traumatized us. And that's when I actually switched my major. I went back from Christmas break, went back and switched my major to political science and communication and culture, legal communications.
Wow.
So I say that to say that I'm young enough to adapt. I'm young enough to figure out what needs to be done and still be able to meet like this next generation where they are.
Yeah.
And I'm open to it, because I know we have to change. If you're not changing, you're dying.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, Ashley, you are an amazing candidate, and we are praying for you. You're currently in the campaign phase, and you're circulating petitions. How can the community support your efforts to get on the ballot, volunteer to campaign with you? How can they connect with you?
So please go to Ashley Greer Shambly for Judge, ASHLEY Greer Shambly for Judge.com. You can volunteer. If not, you can go to my Instagram page. It's Ashley Greer Shambly for Judge, and volunteer. We get a notification. You can watch us on Instagram. You can follow our story, because like I said, my nephew was doing amazing things on my IG. Shout out to Brandon. He even got my TikTok popping. So You can follow us there. We really do need help circulating these petitions. This is really, I don't come from a political household. I was the first person in my family to go to college, let alone law school. So this is my husband, my baby, my friends, like everybody I went to Howard with. Our wedding anniversary was yesterday, and the same picture from it was been 7 years, and the same people from the pictures are out circulating petitions with us.
Wow.
Nice.
And people who I go to church with, shout out to St. James Church on 80th in Michigan.
Okay, Will Hall.
Yes, they are all making sure that I get on this ballot, and it is like really a labor of love. So we need people to come out, tell your friends about me, come out, help us circulate these petitions, come meet me. I'm willing to meet you where you are so you understand how and why I'm trying to do this. So please, again, Ashley Greer Shambly for Judge.com. Follow us on IG.
All right, well, let's give it up for Attorney Ashley Greer Chambly, future judge of the First Circuit. We are going to
Yes,
claim it
speak
in the
it.
name of Jesus.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm praying that God keeps you, keeps
Yes.
your family, keeps your clients. And we're going to dedicate this. I'm going to tell Zoe, this ain't Throwback Thursday, but it's going to be way back Wednesday because we're going to dedicate Mississippi Mass Choir. God is keeping me to Attorney Ashley Greer Chambly. Don't go nowhere. We have way more to share right here on the Brunch Bunch.
Good job.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
It's not in my
welcome.
district.
Come on, let's go
but
get
I
a
got
picture.
family in that district.
Say that again. Oh, okay. Look, I don't want to rat out y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much. Y'all asked amazing interview questions.
Thank you.
Listen, I'm barely making it. I can't wait to drop.
That's all right, brother. That's all right.
I was waiting on
This the real show. It's that show, then it's the real show, right?
That's the real show, the Chauncey Code. I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on?
No,
But
no
listen,
problem.
you're rocking with the Brunch Bunch. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and filling in as guest co-host is
Dr. Dawn Millhouse.
Dawn, what's up, baby girl? Long
Hey.
time no see.
I know, right?
How you been?
Look good. I'm wonderful. Good
Don
to
the
see you.
Don. Listen,
Right.
and Stacy Chauncey is in the building. And, it's always our aim to send you back better than you came. And so not only is he helping to automate and secure your lives, he's always bringing community resources. And one thing about Chicago, it's always something to do.
You better say church.
It is always
Yes,
something
indeed.
to do.
I'm
Now
looking,
it's up to you to
I'm
choose.
rearranging my schedule. I have a third thing to do on Saturday.
So Stacy, introduce us to who you got on the line.
Well, we have on the line my good friend Carlos Prince. She's the executive director and founder of the Woodline Diversity in Action, and she's the host of the Black Wall Street Chicago Festival that's going on this weekend. So is she on the line with us? Give her a brunch welcome.
Woo, 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 woo.
Carlos, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Listen.
It sounds so good to hear it.
Wonderful. Listen, we want to give you the floor real quick. Can you tell the believers a little bit about the festival going on this weekend?
Yes, I can. The festival, Black Wall Street Chicago Festival, it will be Saturday, September 13th from 11 to 7 p.m. starting on 63rd and Cottage to King Drive. We're opening up with a mini parade, and we will be featuring the Chaotic Drum Line, and we have dancers coming in from Nashville, the Malone Dance Studio dancers. We also will have a children's pavilion section where we have Chicago hoops, tons of bouncy house toys and face painting. And the biggest part this year, we're going to have an youth entrepreneurship role where we'll be featuring about 8 different youth entrepreneurs this year. It is all about the youth community. It's planting seeds. Some of these youth don't think about going to college. So we're going to have University Row where I'm asking everyone, wear your favorite college gear. We want to plant seeds that college still is the thing to do. But if not, there's trades. So we're having people from the trades to be able to still inspire the ones that don't want to go to school. Also, we have a really nice entertainment lineup, and the best features are our Black-owned businesses. So we have a lot of unique Black-owned businesses.
So real quickly, I see you have 75 plus local vendors. Do you still have any room for any additional vendors, or is that kind of shut down right now?
It's not shut down. We still have some room, but I really need, if you want to be a vendor, to reach out to us. You can check out our website at www.woodlinediversityinaction.com, and then you can actually reach out to us, and I can let you know what space would be available for you.
Okay, great.
Well, this flyer is making me hungry.
Please stop to get out of my brain.
We got barbecue, we got gumbo, we got desserts, we got fish. I mean, it's going to give you an entire family reunion vibe. So when you pull up, you're going to smell the barbecue going because, of course, that's what we love. And then we got fish fries. We got fried chicken. We got soul food. So come out. I mean, this is one of those people have asked me, should I bring my chair? I'm like, yes, bring your chair because we even have a fashion show.
Oh, wow.
We got Black Wall Street meets fashion.
Where would those that are coming park? Where would they park? Or are you advising people to take public transportation?
Well, so we're shutting down 63rd Street, but there's parking on all of the side streets around. So you will be able to park on Cottage. You'll be able to park on the additional side street. So you have like Evans, Champaign, Rhodes. So you will be able to park around the area.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, that's not going to be a deterrent.
Believers, there's ample parking, 75 plus vendors. Is going down Saturday, September 13th on the Black Wall Street Chicago Festival on 63rd Street, 11 to 7. It is free for all. You do not want to miss this. A powerful live music lineup celebrating culture, soul, and community. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Event.
Yes.
And we are praying that the community comes out, that it's a safe,
Safe. Yes.
amazing event like we know it will be.
Yes.
And shout out to the Woodline Diversity in Action organization.
Yeah, for all of that labor.
Show up and show out,
Thank
folks.
you.
Show up and show out. Thank you so much, Carly, for being on.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Well, talking
That
about
sounds cool.
safety and being secure, which, I used to say, when people, when you leave, they say, be safe, I love you. And it's like, why y'all got to say be
Say,
safe? But it's like, now, it's a real meaning behind that. You got to be safe, watch your setup, be vigilant.
I get nervous when people say that. I
Yeah.
feel like, I feel like if I trust God, then I don't need you to. I don't. No. It's weird for me.
Well, that's why I'm like, it
It's
felt
like,
weird when I
I mean,
said
I
it was.
feel like you should know that I want you to be safe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's why when we ended I'm like, we're praying it's a safe event. But you know what? The prayers of the righteous avail much. And
Absolutely.
yes.
where the day and time we living in, we want to just always pray that it's a safe event.
Absolutely. And
And,
the fear mongering is real.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to really be vigilant and careful. We always got to look around and
Yeah.
pay attention to our surroundings. It always amazes me how you see people with their headphones on, not paying attention on their phone. Just
Absolutely.
it'd be like it's 7 o'clock in the evening.
Even in the morning,
Yeah,
because those new
earbuds
AirPod, the
Oh, them
yeah.
fancy
new. Oh,
ones,
yeah. You can't
those
hear
are, you
nothing.
can't hear anything. It's
Mm-mm.
from my, you literally can't hear if you have those on.
And that scares me. I
It
just bought the new
does.
ones because even the ones that go in your ear block out noise.
Oh
And I
yeah.
had to ask people, like, wait, can you hear me? Because I can't hear nothing around me. I'm thinking this coming out the regular
I
phone
think
now.
I
Yeah.
shared this with you before, and it's kind of off topic. So, a buddy of mine was a recruiter, and he was saying more people were unable to get into the service because of hearing loss, not
Mm,
because of marijuana. That's what I thought he was going to say. Because of
Really?
hearing loss,
because of these
Because
AirPods.
of these
couldn't pass the
AirPods.
test.
Ain't that
That's
something?
insane.
That is
But
crazy.
and then they rely on that. Like I just, no. Let me make sure nobody has it in before I judge.
Right.
Uh, no, I'm not. Shouldn't judge. I'm a saint. But I will say this: it is absolutely something that I don't care to see. Is you walking around with a bud hanging out your ear, like
Just
even when
all
Mm,
you're,
day long.
yeah, yeah,
and it's got to be irritating.
yeah,
I
yeah.
keep mine in my pocket, and as soon as I need them, I put them
That
in. When
makes
I'm done, I
sense.
take them out. But speaking of just all things safety and security, I'm always out in the community, and people always come up to me, and especially, they can't see me, but when they hear my voice, they'll say, "I know you. I've
Yes.
heard you. Are you
Yes,
Action Jackson?" And
yes.
I'm like, "It is I."
You
No.
It
got
is
me. You
I.
got me.
But they always shout out the services that we offer, the people that we have on, the guests. And one of the number one shout outs I get is Stacy
Stop it,
Chauncey
man.
and
Stop
the
it.
great security
Yay.
services and automation, home automation that he does with Secure Home and Automation. And I always tell people I don't promote things that I don't have or I
Sure.
haven't tried. And
Sure.
so Stacy and his company do some amazing work, and we just bought a new house, as I talked about before I went on hiatus. And Stacy was out the same day we called,
Oh,
came out,
fantastic.
walked through the house, and then I'm like, all right, I don't want this house unsecure because I
You,
ain't in here right now. The
yeah.
next day they were out installing, and it is. Listen, I got an alert last night while we were out. I was like,
Well, the only correction I will make is that you bought a block.
Did he buy a
oh
block?
no.
It's not,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
that's not a house.
I'm like, dude, this is a fortress right here, man. This is a
Beautiful.
mansion.
I have a question though
Yeah.
about when you have the rings or the cameras that go to your phone, the immediacy. I do like that the thought of that security,
Mhm.
but where is for that information housed forever? Like, and who has access to that?
Who has access to? Well, I don't necessarily do the ring. My company, Secure Home Automation, I am a Premier Brinks authorized dealer, and so our technology, of course, that stuff is kind of stored in the cloud, but Brinks has all of that data and all that technology. Which, by the way, we don't sell your information to
Okay.
individuals as well.
Okay.
And so this is not something that's new for us. We've been
Okay.
doing this for you know 80 plus years in terms of the Brinks name is synonymous with security.
Mhm.
But I cannot speak for Ring and some of those other companies that do some of that kind of stuff as
Yeah,
well.
that I mean, we saw when what that the some people, they're crooked people everywhere, with somebody in systems. That's always just been my hesitation at getting those cameras, even though I know that they are useful and definitely ex- give you protection, but that just having even the computer, just somebody knowing somebody's housing
Right,
your
right,
behaviors.
right, absolutely. But I'll tell you, it's better to have it than need it one time and not have it.
Yes.
That's true.
Because anything out here can be hacked nowadays. We see some of the biggest corporations being hacked. We be like, how did they hack Verizon?
For sure.
Or T-Mobile, or whatever the case may be.
I
So
get an email every other day talking about, well,
Some
we
breach.
some breach. But I will say, and I'm waiting on Xfinity to hurry up with my internet so that I can get those cameras because I don't want to have to keep running every time the security alarm go off. I want to see what's happening
Sure.
because it helps, because now I got to go drive to make sure nobody is in there. And that's what makes Stacy and his company so amazing because they have all of those tools.
And we're always telling people, when I go to your home and I do a full assessment, I'm not only doing it on the inside, but I'm doing it on the outside.
Okay.
And so as I'm walking about and I'm walking around your property, I'm always telling clients, eliminate the bushes that's really high. They should really be slightly waist high, and you also want to make sure that you show up those blind spots, those hidden spots, so on and so forth.
Well, listen, believers, if you are looking for free consultation for your home or your business, give Stacy and his team a call, 866-447-3344. That's 866-447-3344. I always ask you got any specials? But guess what? The special is always the special. You know, a lot of no out-of-pocket costs, great incentives, and it's affordable. And you want to be protected. Call 866-447-3344. Stacy, you got to come back with us. I know, time flies when you're having a good time. But we are definitely going to keep pumping the great services you do. And thank you for just being an intricate part of the Brunch Bunch. Don, thank you for filling in. When you coming back?
Say less.
All right, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Don't say what a contract at.
Right, what a contract at. Believers.
10-day. I'm on a 10-day.
Listen, thank you, Don, for filling in with me. It's always a pleasure. And shout out to our guest, Attorney Ashley Greer Shambly. Make sure that you're checking her out. Make sure you're pulling up this Saturday. And we are out of time, but never out of content. But tune in tomorrow because I'm going to be giving away some more tickets to Monster Jam this Friday night. We encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them. Tell someone that you do know that you love them. Love will begin to spread like a wildfire. Dr. Don Millhouse, I love you.
I love you back.
Stacy, I love you.
Love you too, brother.
Believers, we love you.
Love
Baby
you.
Eminem, we love you too. We get it done Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, right here on the Brunch Bunch on Inspiration 1390. All right, Facebook. That time flew. Thank you, Don. Shout out to Dr. Don for joining us today. Always a good time. Stacy, believers, make sure you call Stacy, 866
and do you do like
3344.
that's a career path for people, right? How would somebody get into that? Like high school students or college?
Oh yeah, we never talk about that. You ever hire and you always. We got to start punching that up.
But I'm looking for straight commission. It can be real tough.
Okay.
Yeah. We should start pumping that up. You never know.
Is it and like what's the I mean I'm sure you